Hello everyone and welcome to another video. It's been a while since I last posted an update. Today we're going to look at how to migrate data from Zoho CRM into Bigin. Zoho launched Bigin a couple of months ago. I did a video on that. And recently they actually gave a path to migrate from CRM to Bigin. Now in particular for Zoho One users that are using CRM but actually saying, well, this is too big of an application for me, I'd like to use Bigin. Zoho actually gave a path to migrate from CRM to Bigin. So the other direction was already there. That's from Bigin to CRM. Now we're actually looking at migrating from CRM to Bigin. This is the first time I'm going to try that, so I actually don't know what's going to happen. This is my demonstration organization, and yes, I do have some modifications in CRM. So let's see what happens when we actually run this migration. So in order to start the migration, we just open Bigin. As you can see, it will be completely empty. And just for show here, I just got my favorites here in CRM. There is actually demo data in CRM. So here we go. All right, so here we go. There is demonstration data in CRM. All right, now let's just see how we're going to migrate this. It will be in settings, and there will be a migration tab somewhere. Let's just see where we can find that. Integration data administration, perhaps. Import data. Here we go. Migration tool. So there's even a migration tool from Zoho Contact Manager. I don't know anybody that actually uses that. It's basically a Rolodex with some deal management in that. So, but we're going to look at Zoho CRM. So let's just do migrate from Zoho CRM. Do you want to migrate your data from already? Okay, that's all good. It actually recognized that we're using Zoho One, and it picked out the right CRM instance. So let's go migrate now and let's see what happens. So my data migration is in progress. We will notify you once it is complete. So while the migration is going on, you can sit back and wait until it's completed, or you can just close down the Bigin. You don't have to be online. It's server to server. It's all happening in the cloud, so you can actually do your other work. But do not start using CRM again, right? So if you add records into CRM, it may or may not be migrated. So the best way to deal with that is to, during the migration, is you disable the access into Zoho CRM. Best to kick this off at a Friday afternoon or something, or late in the afternoon during the day, so that people don't actually miss the access to CRM. And then once it is completed, disable CRM completely and notify everyone to log into Bigin. Now typically Bigin is used for smaller organizations, so there's not that many users to deal with. Typically 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, but if it's more than that, usually the organization will be better off with CRM because it simply has more options in it. Another thing of note is that your pipelines need to be the same. So when you're migrating your data, in order to get the integrity, is if you have modified your pipeline in CRM, you need to modify it in Bigin as well to reflect them. And another thing to note is that attachments on records are not migrated at all. There's no possibility for that. And also your modifications are not migrated, is my understanding from the settings. So, but typically in Bigin, if your organization is a simple CRM user, you don't want to complicate things, and Bigin is a better fit for you, you wouldn't have that many modifications in CRM anyway. Okay, we're gonna just let the import run, and we'll pick the video up when we are done. Alright, we just got the notification that the migration has completed. Let me just open up Bigin and let's go through what has been done. Alright, so not knowing what to expect, let's just go through the settings here. Now let's open up this particular opportunity here. And okay, so what I note here is in other info, it has put the competitor node here. That actually was a modification, so it seems to have brought through a modification here. which is pretty neat actually. That's pretty cool. So what it seems to have done is created a new field in the deal. Now let's just see if that new field is there. So I'm just opening up a new deal. I see here the deal name and indeed additional information competitor. So it looks like it has actually put a simple modification for an additional field in the deal through to the deal settings here and competitor. Now what you will not see is your layout. So if you use multiple layouts, and in CRM I had actually two layouts. I had a standard layout and another layout which was not simple. It was called agent layout, which was for use for a test. And what you see here is the standard pipeline and a simple pipeline. Those are not the same as layouts. So that's very important to know, is that if you use multiple layouts in CRM, you should not be migrating to Bigin. If you use multiple layouts in CRM, but they're actually linked to just different pipelines and nothing else, then you could map them to the different pipelines. But all your deals will come through with the standard pipeline by default. So there's some manual action to be done, because if you change the pipeline from standard to simple, you will need to choose your stage again, so you lose that data. So again, that's something to be aware of. So I'm pleasantly surprised that it actually created an attribute in the deals called competitor, which is not a standard field in Bigin, where you can enter the competitor when you lose the deal. Now, that competitor list was only mandatory when in CRM when you lost the deal. So if you say, hey, I've lost the deal, then you needed to enter the competitor in there. That seems that layout rules are not migrated into CRM. So that's another thing here. If you have layout rules, they will not be migrated. Let's see what else there is. So the contacts, obviously they are migrated. That's fantastic. The companies are migrated, which is also great. I mean, that's what we expect. Products are migrated. Now in CRM, I don't actually use the product database. I've used the database from Zoho Inventory, and they seem to actually have migrated here. So that's nice. Then activities, which is your open tasks. Fantastic. So you see my tasks, the events should be empty. I don't think I use that in CRM. There's some demo events here. So yes, they are there. And calls, they are migrated as well. So that's actually really good to know. Now, the one thing I would like to point out is if you have a PBX integration into CRM, so you have a phone integration with CRM, that doesn't seem to be available in Bigin. So if you're using CRM to actually call people and capture calls automatically via your phone systems, that doesn't seem to be available in Bigin. Now let's look at the dashboards. These will be the standard Bigin dashboards and not your CRM dashboards. So that's it. I mean, it's very simple. Your CRM dashboards. All right, so other things to note, attachments, as I said before, are not migrated. Your users will be migrated, but you probably have to set up your user controls again. Your user settings are not migrated. So if you have configured CRM email, I don't believe it will be configured here in Bigin. But test that out. I mean, it's not a huge deal if you miss that out. Other things, is there anything like workflows? So let me just check the workflows here. The big deal rule, no, I think that's just a standard Bigin rule, because I had a lot more workflows in CRM. I don't think I had forms in CRM anyway, which is fine. Pipelines and stages, there is only the standard and simple, so they don't come from CRM. Your fields on deals, here we go. This is the specific field that we added in CRM, and now it's been added into Bigin as well. Let's see if there were other fields in CRM that I had. Oh, here we go. Color tie. That is obviously a test field. Pick list, individual address. Yeah, these are CRM test fields, so that's all good. In companies, there are again, so it actually migrates your customizations, but not your subforms. So this is important. If you're using subforms in CRM, they are not migrated. If you use just field customizations, they will be migrated. Now, custom functions, I don't believe are migrated either. So if you have custom functions, you do not migrate into CRM or into Bigin from CRM. Alright, now that's it for this video. I hope this is of some use to you. Again, if you're migrating from CRM to Bigin, you only do that if you're a very simple CRM user. You go like, well, 90% of what's in CRM, I'm actually not using. I'm only using accounts and contacts, activities and deals. And you can use products, but there's no inventory management here. So if you use those elements only in CRM, and you think, well, the whole CRM bit, it's just too hard, too many things, too many options. Yes, Bigin is for you, but take into consideration no subforms, no attachments will be migrated. For the rest, actually, I'm really pleased with what Zoho has done here. I'm very impressed that they actually have migrated the customizations, the field customizations through. So that's thumbs up, well done, Zoho. And yeah, for those of you that are going to migrate to Bigin, you don't lose your data from CRM. So what you can do is just kick off your migration into Bigin and just have a look-see. And if you like it, you can then migrate completely, because you can do that in the Bigin trial. So if you're a paid user of Zoho CRM, you're like, it's just too complex for us. You could actually then do a trial for Bigin, migrate your data, have a little test. If you like it, you keep it, and then you cancel your CRM subscription and migrate that, and then start using the Bigin subscription. If you do not like it, your data in CRM will still be there, so you can keep using that. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope it's useful, and good luck with Bigin.